got to be crazy to be an artist in America. Pete Doyle, age 66, I'm a painter. Our program was teach the kids a week of computers, and we'd give them the computers, no charge. In Philadelphia, there was a real problem with graffiti. So I read about this mini market. It was called Juan's Market. It was run by a Korean guy. His mini market was getting tagged every night. I said, Jeff, I'd like to do a mural. He goes, that'd be great. I started like 5 in the morning, and this little kid come up to me, and he kept poking around. You know, he kept asking me questions like, "What the heck are you doing?" He asked me if he could help me. Well, anyway, I said, "Yeah, you can help me." So we started painting. He was only like 5 or 6 years old. His name was Joey Jordan, and so he left. He ran away. Comes back with 4 brothers and a sister, and they said, "We're going to help you." At one time, we had 50 kids. All wanted to paint. So what to do? I asked the people in the alley, the gas station guy, the store owners, if I could use the walls going down the alley, up and down Ogontz Avenue, and they said yes. Each kid got paint, brushes, and they could do anything they wanted. And so Jeff Pritchett, him and me, and a guy named James Wicks got together and said, "Hey, this is crazy. We could probably start a nonprofit." My 10-day project, after about a year, I still hadn't finished it yet. We had expanded. We expanded down the street. They heard about us at the Carousel House. St. Benedict's bought us down. They gave us their, underneath their gym, they had a room that they gave us so I could teach the kids art. We got this one project at the food distribution center down near the stadiums in South Philly. Anyway, they want us to do a mural. We did a mural there, and it was pretty neat. I mean, when 9/11 hit, we were delivering computers, and we had to go down then and finish the mural at the food distribution center. We had about 6 kids, I think. We ate a lot of cherries and apples and oranges. I had a great old time, even though it was a horrible day. Things that was great, that mostly every company or store or school that had us do murals really liked our kids, and the kids, they got out of the neighborhood and they met people that were not like them, and I think that's really important. And we created a computer graphics school for kids that got kicked out of school. It wasn't accredited, but I got a teacher from Penn who taught photography, and we had a writing teacher. She was from Penn too, and we really we were teaching the kids actual things that they could use to get a job. And some of them did. Why are you teaching poor kids art? I mean, how the hell are they? How are they going to make money learning art? And it's funny. I would tell them, that's exactly what my dad said to me. I was writing software for a company in Delaware, and my boss said, "We got a lot of computers. Do you think the kids would like them?" And I said, "Sure." So he gave me 40 computers. I put them in the PAL, and that created our first computer lab. So we went to the GSA, and I said, "Listen, I heard that when you take computers from your facility, you take them up to Tobyhanna, and you landfill them." And they said, yeah. Now, Scott Pepperman didn't tell me that, another guy at GSA. And I said, well, instead of landfilling them, why don't you give them to me? He goes, "We're not going to give it to you because the kids will steal them." And I said, wait a second. All right, you got a kid who may or may not use your computers, right? So instead of giving that kid and taking a chance on that kid, you're going to landfill him. He goes, yeah. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. So I went to Scott, and we did our song and dance. And Scott was such a great, beautiful guy. And he said, You got it. So 3 weeks, truckloads of computers are headed our way. So Scott said, you may get 500 computers in the next 2 weeks. So now none of the people that were supposed to do our program would help us. So I went to the mothers of the kids that were going to get computers, and the welfare mothers helped us, and it was amazing. We got 5,000 kids computers. We were forced a lot of times to support the children, and a lot of times I was down at the juvenile justice hall or down at courts, the local courts, trying to help a kid get out of jail, or trying to get some money to get on bail, or things like that. I always wanted the kids to meet other kids. I wanted them to get the heck out of the neighborhood. One of the things I think our program showed, that these kids are no damn different than any other kid. It's just that they haven't had the opportunity. As we got going, some of the kids really started really liking art, and we kind of turned our program away from the computers back to art. We had some really good successes. When we were emptying computers, it got dark, and nobody would help us. And so anyway, we were in the playground where you dropped off the packages and stuff, and we put the computers in there, and a kid at the top of a real tall guy at the top of the playground, "Are you effing Mr. Pete?" And I was like, "Oh no," really loud, and I couldn't see him. I knew he was big, and I said to John, I said, when he kills us, I hope it's not painful, because he said, "Are you effing Mr. Pete?" And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, "Come here." And so I said, what's your effing problem? And he gives me a big hug. He goes, "You don't remember me, I'm Marcus." And I'm like, he said, 4 years ago you gave me a computer, and now with that computer I got really turned on to computers, and I just got accepted to Drexel in the computer technology department or something. And I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." That was the first time we ever knew that anybody did well in our program. I mean, I was like, "Holy cow, somebody actually is going to college." Jeremiah eventually went to a college in California, and now is probably one of the best artists in Philadelphia. I was just a citizen that got swept up with these kids. So anyway, that's what happened, and eventually I got old and I said, "I can't do this anymore." He's actually taken our program to schools now, so it's passed on to him. He's kind of doing murals, not as intensely, but he's still doing murals with schools. So art shouldn't be just for the elites, but should be for everybody, and especially poor folk in the city. We had kids that all they wanted to do is spray your wall or steal your car, and it was amazing putting those kids in front of great art. I became friends with the kids, and the kids are still my friends. I mean, today they heard that I was sick, and I got like 7 or 8 text messages like, Mr. Pete, I'm like, I'm fine, I just got a cold. So what I found out was, I went in to do a mural, I created a program to help kids, and I met some of the nicest people, the most gentle people, and it totally changed the way I saw people. The kids brought me into their homes, and their parents didn't see me as black or white. They just saw me as Pete, who was helping the kids. And after a while, after I worked there, the color barrier disappeared.